Grrrr isn't able to move up to reinforce it because that middle is claimed by Elky. I think he can probably take a roundabout path to the north and reinforce that base, but that'll take his troops quite a long distance. I'm not sure if he's able to do that either. He might. No, I think the way the map is shaped, he has to go through that middle. So yeah, those bases are very isolated. Now dropping into that new expansion, but he only gets one zealot out before his Char goes down. So now he's in a little bit of trouble. If those SCVs mass, they can probably take out that single zealot, or Grrrr can just come in and drop a couple vultures. Excuse me, Elky can come in and drop a couple vultures. Grrrr doesn't get vultures until he researches mind control. Tank and low ground sieging, and that's going to do it. Oh, and lots of Dragoons going down, trying to press up against the siege line to the combination of mines and tanks. And Grrrr needs to get some zealots out there, I think, to break through that line. Very Dragoon-heavy force in the middle at the moment. This is interesting. Yeah, he's gotten zealots on the map, but they're all in this. Oh, and he used the single zealot to snipe the turrets, and now another shuttle is coming in and it's dropping zealots all over this position. So, doing a good amount of damage to Elky's economy. Elky's gonna have to float off this top base, I think, unless he's got. Yeah, he's lifting it off now. I think he could send in a dropship with, maybe two dropships. And reclaim that base and set up a defense. But at the moment, I think he's busy with other things, trying to take out that top right base. I imagine, oh, now he's moving up, he's putting pressure on, wow, Grrr's been forced out of the middle entirely, and now Grrr's bases on the left side are coming under siege. I don't know if there's more tanks behind that one, but if there's a big tank force moving up, then Grrr's going to be in a lot of trouble, because two of his bases are right in that area, and two of his bases will be very quickly under siege. Dark Templar pushing up, 3 Stargates down now, so Grrrr might be... Oh no, wow! 4 Stargates and a fleet beacon, so Grrrr is going to be switching into carriers. Wow, and this is going to be a make or break, I think. If Grrrr can get damage done early with these carriers, then and can snipe some economy, then I think he'll be able to maintain his economic lead and come out ahead in the game. But he needs to do damage with the carriers, because otherwise his ground force is just going to be too weak, and this push is going to run him over through the middle. So he's committing to it a lot too, with 4 Stargates. So I don't know. No Goliaths out yet. I would hope there's an armory down. The resolution is too low for me to see what the upgrades are for sure, but it looks like it's 0-0. So Elky may not have upgraded at all, and may not even have an armory down. If he doesn't, it'll take him a while to adjust to this carrier force being out. In some of these early games from back in the day, we see Terrans go for wraiths to counter whatchamacallums, carriers. Wraiths plus cloaking. There's a famous game where Boxer used medics to blind about 8 observers and then moved in with cloaked wraiths to harass a carrier force. But not a lot of starports down to make that viable at the moment, I don't think. Meanwhile, some harassment going on the right side. Both players still have a decent amount of economy up and running. And I don't know if how close those carriers are to coming out, but it looks like, wow, it looks like Elky's moving up to assault this left side with more and more forces. Yeah, so carriers are coming out of at least 3 Stargates. They'll have to come out quickly. I don't know if Elky's spotted this out yet, though. I don't know if he's comsatted the main to see that these carriers are on their way. And he had 2 carriers out already. He may be in a bit of trouble here. He is going to be able to take out this Nexus. There's still another Nexus on the high ground, though. There's 2 Nexi on the right side still mining, and there's another Nexus further up in the top left. So still 3 or 4 bases at least mining for Grrrr. And Elky's going to have to do some damage fast if he doesn't want to get run over by carriers. Does take down that Nexus finally, and those probes are going to be slaughtered. But we'll see where he moves from here, if he's able to shell that high ground Nexus from where he is. Oh, now going for some harassment at the top right. And, oh, it looks like he's sieged up tanks here, too. So, he is going to shut down at least one of these expansions in the upper right. Maybe both of them. Yeah, he's got a good position here, and it doesn't look like there are many troops to reinforce for Grrrr. So Grrr's taking a lot of economic damage. I think overextended himself a bit, set up more expansions than he was reasonably going to be able to support with the forces that he had on the ground. And very fresh expansion there being mined for Elky. Okay, carriers now out. Carriers are sniping tanks. So Grrr's going to know what he's up against. Let's see whether he's going to get a Goliath force out quickly or what he's going to do to counter these carriers. I don't know. I can't imagine that he doesn't have an armory down at this point in the game, but if he doesn't, then he's going to be in a bunch of trouble. He's already lost several tanks. Those turrets there will probably slow the carriers down a little bit, but he has a ton of factories, so if he starts pumping Goliaths and he gets Terran booster, then he's going to be able to get a very impressive Goliath force out in the air very, very quickly. And still several bases mining for Grrrr to support carrier production. And yeah, Elky looking very nervous. I don't think he has a plan for this. He must not have spotted those carriers out. He's just leaving that tank force in the middle. Now he's picking off that other top right expansion and about to land his own command center too. So he wants that base badly, but he's going to have to come up with a way to defend it because those carriers are just moving across the ramp or across the map, destroying everything in their path. Dropship coming in. I don't know if it's landing anything. Are units going to come out of that dropship? Dragoon landing at the top of the ridge to harass. That's not very efficient. He's got a siege of tank at the bottom there, I think. But a number of carriers, lots of carriers out in the air. So SCV's distance mining. That command center still hasn't landed. Building another command center by that Nexus that he just took out. But he still doesn't have anti-air defense. There is an armory. Finally. Okay, and we see some Goliaths out. Finally some Goliaths for Elky. But only 3 Goliaths against about 6 or 8 carriers. So, I don't know, the carriers are moving it down to the main though. If they take out those factories, they're right in position to go snipe some factories. And if those factories go down, then it's just going to be over for Elky because the carriers are going to be able to mop up faster than Elky can restore his production capabilities. About 6 to 8 carriers there, and that's approaching critical mass where a carrier force becomes just about impossible to stop. Some Goliaths out, but still not enough. I would expect Elky to be able to put out more Goliaths in a game like this. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like Elky's going to go down. A very hard-fought back-and-forth game here. But, yeah, Elky in a lot of trouble here. Losing factories, about to lose that main command center. Yeah, main command center goes down. I don't know where he's mining now. I think he's still got 1 base at least mining. But Zealots harassing that right side. If they take down that armory, he's going to be in even more trouble. And yeah, I think there might be 2 separate carrier forces out. Yeah, and then this has got to be game. I don't think there's any way that Elky can come back. So Grrrr with a very impressive switch into carriers, catching Elky at just the wrong time. And he's got, oh man, a control group and a half of carriers, and they're just going to take out these factories so fast. Starport building something, but even if it's Cloaked Wraith, it doesn't matter. They're observers out in the air. And Elky's still mining from a couple locations, but he's going to have to get some production capacity up really, really fast if he's going to counter this carrier force. Yeah, carriers just mopping up this base down to about 1 factory. I don't even know if he still has a barracks to allow him to put down more factories. Yeah, he does have a Cloaked Wraith there, picking away the carriers. He may get 1 carrier down, but yeah, an observer shows up, I think, or the Wraith runs out of energy and it dies. And GG from Elky. So, very interesting game. Again, I don't know the outcome of these games in advance, so I didn't plan for Elky to lose the first 2 games I cast of him, but we'll see whether he can win in the next. I hope you're enjoying this player profile so far, and this has been Hamilcar. I'll see you in the next game. Bye-bye.